Hello and welcome to this holiday season edition of Mindshift to Modeshift webinar right here in Vancouver. We are in downtown and we are here with Dr. Stephanie, all the way from Germany, who's spent some time in Metro Vancouver over the last few months. And we are going to nerd out about shared mobility. So, welcome to our Mindshift to Modeshift webinar, Stephanie. Why don't you give our viewers and the network an introduction about yourself, tell us about yourself, and tell us why you love shared mobility so much.
Yes, so thank you. Thanks for having me. So my name is Stephanie and I love great stories. So in my free time, that makes me a passionate reader. And in my job time, it makes me a PR person.
Okay.
And right now I'm part of the team at INVERS, a car sharing tech company based in Germany. And I'm doing PR and communications for INVERS, always on the hunt for good car sharing stories.
Awesome. And like I mentioned, you've been in Metro Vancouver, visiting Metro Vancouver, living here, staying here with us, Metro Vancouverites, for the last 3 months, maybe more. Could you tell us about what you love about the region and what you love the most about shared mobility in Metro Vancouver?
Yes. So yeah, we've been here for about 5 months now, and it's been a great time. It's a great country, lovely countryside. I love the hiking, the kayaking, the skiing.
Nice.
So it's all great. And in terms of mobility, it's been very fascinating as well, because coming here for like half a year, we've put ourselves the challenge to not have a private car. So it's relying completely and fully and totally on public transit and shared mobility. And what I find exciting about Vancouver is that it's all there. So there's just a variety of, like, you've got the SkyTrain and the sea buses, you've got just usual buses, scooters,
Yes.
bikes,
Yes.
car sharing, ride hailing, everything. So that's all at hand. So you've got the choice. And it's actually not that much of a challenge to go from A to B.
Yeah.
So that's what I really like about it. There's a tiny little challenge where we live out in Barnaby. It's not in the home zone of car sharing,
right.
which means we keep walking quite a bit.
Okay.
That
Right.
makes it not as convenient as it could be. So it would be a good idea for some car sharing companies to expand their home zones.
Yes, there you have it. Yeah. And there's some user feedback out in Burnaby. So let's see. So you've done station-based car sharing.
Yes.
Did you use station-based car? You've used free floating Evo.
Yeah.
You've used docked bike share.
Yes.
You've done the multimodal transit, so buses, SkyTrain, ferries,
Sea
like
bus,
sea
yeah.
bus.
Mhm.
Okay. Did you take the BC ferries?
Yes.
Okay.
To Victoria. Yeah.
All right. Did you try out any of the scooter sharing anywhere? Because we don't have it.
Not here in
everywhere
Vancouver. We've
Not
done
in
it back in Düsseldorf, but not here.
Okay, not here yet. Okay. Did you do e-bikes up in North Vancouver?
Bowen. Bowen Island.
Bowen. Oh, okay.
Yes,
You did?
fabulous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you took your own e-bike
No,
or rented?
we rented a bike.
Oh, nice. Okay. And did you try the Falls Creek ferries or the Aqua bus?
Falls Creek ferries, yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So I think you checked all the boxes.
Yeah. Falls Creek was included in this. I was a volunteer at the Writers Festival here in Vancouver.
Wow.
And going to Granville, it was included. Falls Creek was included. Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah.
We love that. Awesome. And moving forward, still being in Metro Vancouver and shared mobility, what would you say are your two peaks and a valley about shared mobility, if that's how it goes? So two good things and one not so good thing about shared mobility here in this region.
Yes, good things is easy. There's a lot, but the best thing really is the variety. So that was different from all the cities I've been living in so far. So variety is great, and the SkyTrain is a good thing because it's going like it's straight. It's not in any traffic jam. It's just it's going and it's quick. It's nice. It's very, very nice. So these are the two picks. well, one challenge is this home zone topic, and every now and then we had this availability thing with car sharing.
Right.
When we couldn't find the car in the spot where the app showed us it should have been, we need to book another one. But yeah, still, it's a little flaw.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Lot to learn, especially from coming from markets like Germany and France and everywhere else in Europe. I think car sharing is a lot local, but there is so much more to learn from global markets, especially of how user experience could be different, especially ridership. Would you say that ridership is enormously different in Europe and the cities that you've seen in Germany compared to here? How would you say is the density of cars and car sharing
You mean then?
there
Yeah.
in
It depends on the cities, really. So I mean, I'm staying in Cologne and Düsseldorf. There it's really nice. So there's a lot of offers there, station-based and free-floating. So that's fine. But if you go into the smaller cities, and then again in Germany, there's a lot of smaller cities who also offer car sharing. But then if you come to the very small ones, it's a little more difficult. And I think here it's even quicker thinning out.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we do have smaller car sharing up in BC. So I think we have Kootenay Car Share, which is a smaller co-op. We also have the Sunshine Coast Car Co-op,
Yeah.
which is another one. So there are small ones, and they all play together. I think there is also this passport that goes across like cooperatives in BC. But yeah, there is still a lot to learn and to gain in terms of like density for Metro Vancouver and even overall in BC.
Yeah, I think that's one of the questions also we face a lot when we talk to operators in Germany
Right.
with these areas where they're not so populated. And I think that's a question where they should be looking at integrating it into public transport to make it like one mode of public transport to offer to people, which would then be a completely different story how to finance it and how to run it.
Uh-huh. So if you had to like choose one mode, and that was the only mode available for you in a city that you go for like 6 months or a year, it's not that that's the only mode you should be taking all the time, but if that's the only shared mobility mode you would have, which one would it be? You could just pick one.
Difficult. I mean, the most convenient is obviously free-floating car sharing. It's just you go wherever you are and take a car. And but on the other hand, it's not something you can plan. So that's what I like about station-based. They book 2 days in advance, and it's there and working, and you don't have to look for it. Helps a lot.
Yes.
Difficult. So I think it would be free-floating, but with this problem of not being able to plan a lot in advance.
Right. Yeah. Now you see it, now you don't. Kind of thing. So speaking of our theme, Mindshift to Modeshift, we had this debate when we started the series with our team internally whether Mindshift comes first or Modeshift comes first. So we then named the series like Mindshift and Modeshift, and not giving one or the other the precedence. In your opinion, what do you think? How have you seen it transpire? Whether it is Mindshift first or does Modeshift come first in shared mobility?
So when you say Modeshift, you mean that the offer of shared mobility is there, or
Yes.
what?
So we as a user we start using the mode.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm drawn away from using and being dependent on a private car to just being relying on shared mobility services. So that's Modeshift. And a Mindshift, which is I started.
I think it's Modeshift, definitely.
Hey.
Because I think, I mean, coming from a teaching background, it's all about experience.
Okay.
So whatever you've experienced
Like
is giving a different impression than what you just hear. So I think if people have shared mobility right to their faces and start using it, they get the experience, and then they come to it. That is to say, we can support this by Mindshift as well, making people aware of why that makes a lot of sense and what how it helps sustainable mobility. But I think experiencing it is the real thing. So, and that helps a lot. And I've had a lot of friends who were like, shared mobility is strange. No, don't need that. I've got a car. But then when we were on our way and it would be great to have a car now, and we could just take one that was there. They were like, "Ooh, that's easy," and that must be pretty expensive. It wasn't that expensive, so it was like having tried it out for the first time. They get the hang.
Okay, so try it before you buy it, kind of an
Yeah.
approach. Okay, I like that. I think there are so many things in shared mobility that I agree work that way. Yeah, I'm very convinced. Now we move on to our next part, which is a little bit random. So we've got a set of paper chips here. Right. Let me just do this.
Ta-da.
And then you pick one. Each chip has a shared mobility mode written on it. You read it out loud, and you pick one mode, and you get to name or explain however you like it. A challenge that you faced as a user or as in business at work about that mode, and then we pick another one and you talk about a benefit or the opportunity in that mode. What do you like about that?
Okay.
Okay, off we go.
Hard choice. This one.
Okay. What do we have?
Cable car gondola.
Yes. I mean, you mentioned you were in Burnaby, so it is a hot topic, and I'm sure one certain staff member from INVERS would relate to cable car or gondola more than anybody else. Going up the SFU mountain. So yeah, have you taken a cable car in Metro Vancouver, even the Squamish one, or Whistler one, or Grouse Mountain?
Oh
one?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That counts.
That counts.
So, do
And
you
you
want
want
to
a challenge
talk about
now.
challenge, or do you want to talk about a benefit about that? Do you?
Well, the benefits are pretty clear. Let's talk about the benefits.
Okay.
One of the first activities we did when we came to Vancouver was the grouse grind.
Okay.
So we heard that the sporty people do the walk. So we did the walk, and we took the cable car back down. We should have done it the other way around, but never mind. So the benefit of that cable car was, it's quick, and it's very comfy instead of walking. But the downside, it's not that nice. So I mean, climbing that hill was a challenge, but yeah, being at the top was rewarding. So
Right.
yeah.
And how would a cable car or a gondola? I think we call it gondola here in Canada. I don't know if that's how it's called in Europe. But how would that feature in terms of like Mindshift or Modeshift? So do you think seeing a cable car versus taking your own car as a user, you would be more inclined towards like, oh, I should be taking the cable car kind of thing, or no? Would it help?
Is there any other use case in cable cars than going up mountains for skiing? I mean, you wouldn't take a car.
For to the ski top, yes, but then up the mountain, maybe?
Yes, you could take a car.
You could take a
Yeah. Cable car gondolas are much quicker and have a nicer view. Definitely.
Okay, definitely. Okay. No winding roads up.
No.
All right. Okay.
This one.
Let's see what you get now.
Okay, this is car share, station-based.
Station-based car share.
Station-based car
lucky.
share. Yes.
Okay. So what do you like? What do you not like about it?
A big benefit. I'm a heavy user of station-based car sharing back in Germany whenever I need to go to Siegen. And I took a station-based electric car even, which made it feel much better. And the good thing is you book in advance, the car is there, the car was always charged, and I could just go. That was really nice. The downside of this offering was that it's not in my hometown. So I had to go to the station with my own car, which doesn't make much sense, but that's the way I did it. So I parked my car next to the car sharing car and then took the car sharing car to go to work.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's,
okay, yeah,
that's
helpful. So speaking of station-based cars, car share, and let's think about your experience. You've been a globetrotter. You've been in many cities globally. You've been in many countries, and as INVERS, you have clients across the world. can you think of some of the best practices or one best practice that stands out globally that you've seen that works for station-based car share and you absolutely love it?
Yes, sure. I mean, it's back home the experience we got there.
Okay.
So car sharing and shared mobility is a lot about availability. So it should be quite convenient to reach the shared mode you want to use. So what I really like about Düsseldorf, for example, are the mobility hubs, where there are station-based cars, and they're even expanding now, but they're already a lot all over the city, which makes it really convenient to find a car and use it. So
Nice. And when you say hubs, do you have also other shared mobility modes in that hub, or is it just?
Yes. So it's in a lot of cases it's connected to public transit as well.
Nice.
And then there's bike sharing and scooter sharing and some moped. I'm not sure, and the car. Yeah.
Okay, all in one location.
Yes.
Brilliant. Yeah, we love that.
Yeah, that's a good offering, and I think there should be more of these offerings all over the city, so that it gets really, really convenient to go to one of these stations and just get whatever you need for.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense, and especially tying it up with public transit. Yeah, it's pretty much the holy grail.
Yeah, kind of like the last
mile
mile topic. Yeah, which helps a lot.
Makes sense.
And,
yeah, first mile, last mile, however, but then yes. It does make sense. Okay, that's pretty much all the time we had. But before we let you go, we also wanted to hold you back for one last question. So in Move Me, we talk a lot about like our mobility wishes and bringing wishes to and bringing shared mobility dreams to life and visions to life. So, and we are pretty much in the holiday season. It's going to be New Year's very soon. So, what could your mobility wish be for 2025? If you could get one mobility wish working, what would it be?
One mobility wish?
Yes.
Oh, just one?
Yeah, just one. Yeah, just one for the year. leave the rest for others. Yeah.
I'd love to see a shared mobility day, because we used to have this autofreie Tage back in Germany. I think it was based on oil prices and stuff in the 70s, 80s. So I remember that from my childhood. And coming to Vancouver, I realized they had a car-free day sometime in September.
Yes.
So I ended up on Commercial Street at that day, which was a nice party thing. And I thought that makes sense, but I wouldn't phrase it car-free, because I mean we're not kind of against cars. We're just for a smarter use of cars, and we want a use of cars in a shared mobility ecosystem. So I think a shared mobility day would be great, and then not just in individual cities, but all over the world.
All over the world, I like that. Yeah. It's definitely a mobility wish that we can bring to life next year.
Fabulous.
Yeah. We should be able to do that together. And I'm sure our network is all out there and people all will resonate with that idea. Well, thank you so much. This was lovely chatting. That's all we had for this holiday season of Mindshift and Modeshift. We'll be back with more. Until then, have happy holidays, and would you like to wish our network happy holidays and prosperous New Year?
Yes, very sure. So thanks for having me. It's been very nice, and happy holidays and all the best for the year ahead. Thank you.
See ya.